Between the years 1916 and 1921, Irish nationalists pursued both political and violent means to achieve independence from Britain. Following the 1916 Easter Rising, Ireland would continue to struggle for independence, and one of its first steps towards independence was establishing its own independent government. Sinn Féin's popularity rose following the Rising due to a number of reasons. Sinn Féin was given the credit for the Easter Rising. This drew younger people to the party as they felt the Irish Parliamentary Party was outdated. The executions of the leaders of the Rising also angered many. Sinn Féin began to win by-elections held in 1917 and 1918, filling the seats in Westminster that were empty. Eamon de Valera won the by-election for East Clare in 1917. He took over the role of the leader of Sinn Féin from Arthur Griffith. He was the last surviving commander of the Easter Rising and benefited from people's admiration of the rebels. He also became the new president of the Irish Volunteers. In 1918, the British government planned to introduce conscription into Ireland. This became known as the conscription crisis. All Irish parties opposed conscription, but Sinn Féin organised their opposition very well. They held protests and sit-ins in opposition. The British government eventually dropped its plan. Sinn Féin received most of the credit for it. The British government were concerned about Sinn Féin and knew they needed to get rid of them. They had members of Sinn Féin arrested for allegedly plotting with Germany. This became known as the German plot. There was no evidence to support these claims, and so they were released. This further increased Sinn Féin's popularity. In December 1918, a general election was held. Sinn Féin won 73 seats. The Unionist Party won 23, and the IPP won 6 for Ireland. The election results made it clear that most people wanted an independent Ireland free from British rule. Sinn Féin decided to abstain from Westminster and form a government in Ireland instead. The Sinn Féin MPs called themselves Teachtaí Dála or TDs. One notable person to be elected was Constance Markievicz. She was the first woman to be elected to Westminster and the first female cabinet minister in Europe. A government was formed in Dublin on the 21st of January 1919. They named it Dáil Éireann. Only 27 TDs were present, as the remainder were either in jail or on the run. The IPP and Unionists attended Westminster instead. Cathal Brugha was chosen as the president of the Dáil, as both De Valera and Griffith were in jail. At the first meeting, the Dáil issued a declaration of independence. In April, more TDs could attend and cabinet positions were assigned. The Irish government made changes in Ireland to establish control. They gained control of local government and founded courts to deal with court cases and crimes. They also organised loans to run the new Dáil. The Dáil was declared illegal in late 1919 by the British government. They passed the Government of Ireland Act 1920, which passed 2 separate Home Rule parliaments, one for Ulster and one for the rest of the country, to keep both Unionists and Nationalists happy. Sinn Féin rejected the compromise and continued to demand independence for the entire island of Ireland.